Hey, Gracie, let's take a look at this one. Very good question. And actually, a bit of a rant from my point of view. I find that method of kind of thinking about it not that intuitive. So here's how I try to do these. I hope this works for you. We're going to just think about this as a pattern because really we're asked to find the first 12 terms. We can use our little formula. Remember, our formula is the sum of any number in the sequence, in an arithmetic sequence, can basically be found by taking n over 2, the number, 2 times a1, so we need to know what a1 is, plus n minus 1 times d. That's the formula we want to get at today, right? We need to know the first element, or the first term in the sequence. We also need to know n, which we do know. That is n right there, 12. So n is 12. But we also need to find d. Now, what MyMathLab does, as you said in your email, it kind of goes through this little rationale thing. But really, if we just think about the elements as a pattern, so we have a6, which I know is a number 8. We have a5, which I have no clue. But a4 is 4. And we need to go down A3, A2, let me erase that, all the way down to A1, right? That's A1 is what I want, so I can use this little formula. So you can kind of see, hopefully intuitively, this plus some number, and then if I added the same number to it, what would I get, right? And the answer is, well, 2. This should be 2 right here. So I'll erase my little question marks. 2. So if I add 2 to 4, I get 6. If I add 2 to 6, I get 8. So 2 is going to be our common difference, D, right? And then we can basically kind of just extrapolate that going down. So if I took 2 away from 4, I would get 2. If I took 2 away from that, I would get 0. And if I took 2 away from that, I get negative 2, which is actually going to be A1 for us. So this, to me, kind of extrapolating down using the pattern is a far more sensible way of doing this, in my opinion. So now we have information. I know that D is 2, and I know that A1 is negative 2. And from there, we're just going to plug and play and use the formula after that. Should be pretty straightforward and boring, actually. So the sum of this, the sum of the first 12 terms in the sequence, is going to be 12 over 2 times 2 times our first term, which is negative 2, plus n being 12 minus 1 times 2, our common difference. And then we can just go through and, do all that stuff. This is going to simplify to 11. This is going to simplify to negative 4. And this is going to simplify to 6. So our next line there, let me erase all that stuff. You probably see where this is going, right? Negative 4 plus 11 times 2 plus 22, so I could just go ahead and combine that up. That's going to simplify to be 18, and 6 times 18, I calculated that out just to save us time, comes out to 108. So if we took the first 12 terms of this sequence and added them up, the answer would be 108. So give that pattern thing a try. It's okay to kind of kill some space on your page, but to me, it makes a lot more sense. And especially with arithmetic sequences, it's usually going to be like a nice whole integer, right? A whole number, 4, 3, 7, something like that. So it's pretty obvious a lot of the time, but I hope that helps. Let me know if it doesn't.